welcome back to Bellyacre's Kitchen. Let's lunch, y'all. Let's do some lunch. Or as the controversy goes, is it dinner? Is it lunch?
Dinner.
So Rusty just got home from work and I was going to make some lunch and I'm a little late on it, but
yeah.
So I really want to go Asian today. If you guys saw my little short, I got super excited because we found some orange pepper and I had not seen this. And so I'm super, super excited. I was also editing today and I walked away when I was defrosting my steaks and I kind of cooked them in the microwave. Not completely, but I did cook them a little bit. It's going to be just fine because we're going to add a whole lot of flavor to those little steaks. I'm thinking today for lunch, it's going to be a little bit on the heavy side, but this is probably really our lupper, right? Or somebody said Linner, lupper. It's going to be, you know, the one meal that we eat today.
Lupper.
So, lupper. I want to do a orange steak stir fry. Ooh, that's hard. Orange steak stir fry with white rice. All right, so first let's talk about all the ingredients that I have here. I have some half-cooked steaks. They weren't supposed to be cooked, y'all. I was editing. I've got some cornstarch, some sesame oil. I have onion. I have bell pepper. I have sweet peppers. I have salt and pepper. I've got orange pepper. I've got a fresh orange and some fresh ginger. And then, of course, I have my rice. So I have rice that I have already measured out, 1 cup. I'm going to rinse this, and then you guys know the drill. It's 2 to 1, so 2 cups of water and the 1 cup of rice. So I'm just going to let that cook while I'm getting everything else done because we're not doing anything special with rice. We just want some white rice. All right, you guys, I rinsed that rice just to get rid of the starches, and it will help from having sticky or clumpy rice. I mean, if sticky rice is your thing, go for it, or clumpy rice, go for it. I like my rice to be a little bit flaky. I didn't wash it that long, so. All right, so I'm going to turn that on to high, and I'm going to let this come to a boil. I am going to put some salt in it, though. Normally I'd put a little bit of butter. You know what? We're going to put a little bit of butter in that. Little butter. It's about 3 tablespoons of butter. It's fine. This is what was in there that was already cut. So let's put 3 tablespoons of butter in there. Some salt. I'm going to let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I will reduce the heat to a simmer and cover it and let it finish. Alrighty, on this side of things, we're going to go ahead and get started on getting our vegetables and cut up so we can get them started. I am going to make a very big batch of this, but this will give us some lunch for tomorrow, or you know, supper for later. So I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to cut these in little half rings here. And I am not wearing contacts, so I forget how potent onions are. All right, we're just going to kind of move those aside. Go ahead and cut up this bell pepper. So basically, take out the seeds. Waste not, want not, so don't throw these out. That one didn't have a whole lot of veins at all. Okay, flatten that out. Set that aside. These are a little bit trickier because usually you want your vegetables and strips when you're thinking stir fry. So we're going to cut that end off. I'm going to cut these in half. What do you think, Rusty? Should we add a jalapeno in this? Do you feel like spice or no?
Yeah. If you feel like a spice, we'll do jalapeno.
Oh, I can get it here in a minute. Right. Do that soon. Thanks. All right, so we got this boiling really nicely. So I'm going to turn that way down to low, and then I'm just going to cover it. Stirred it up good. All right, so we've got our vegetables cut up. I did put one jalapeno in there with no seeds or veins. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And I'm going to put a little bit of oil in there and let that heat up. These are thin cut shoulder steak. Now again, I did leave them in the microwave when I was defrosting them. Normally I like to defrost these like in water or in the refrigerator, but I made this decision last minute, so that's why we are where we are. I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Into little thin strips. Yeah, these are thin little strips. Look at that. All right, I am going to cook these with a whole lot of seasonings in them, but I'm going to marinate them while we're waiting for the vegetables to cook. All right, I'm fixing to throw a whole bunch of new ingredients at you. I should have done this a while ago. I am going to want a little bit of this orange zest. My oil is very hot, so we're going to go ahead and put that in there and make that beautiful. The smell of that is instant. As soon as it hits that hot pan, very aromatic. Now, if you notice, I have not put the garlic in here. I will cut up garlic. Garlic cooks so fast, and sometimes you can burn it while you're waiting for the rest of your vegetables to cook. So let's let that do its thing. So I've washed my orange. I'm going to zest it. I don't need a whole lot of the zest because it's very aromatic and it has a punch of flavor. So the main thing is when you are zesting an orange or a lemon, be careful not to get into the pith because that is very bitter. So that's probably enough orange zest for me. All right, this is the same cutting board that I cut those vegetables on, so I'm going to use it again. And now in my marinade, I have a big juicer, but all right. We're going to give it as much orange juice as we can. You know, I probably won't even need the white wine since I've got this orange juice. So you do want an acid, and then you want an oil. You want the oil to help everything stick to the meat, but then you want the acid to help infuse it in the meat. So those are your two main components in a marinade. So if you're not going to do citrusy juice, do vinegar, you can do both, citrusy juice and vinegar. All right, so there's my acid. I am going to put some sesame oil in there, some soy sauce, some Worcestershire, just so then that way we can get that smoke flavor. Now remember, this is just the marinade, okay? I'm going to put some of this orange pepper in there that I am so excited to try. All right. Put that all together. It's just a marinade, so it doesn't have to be perfect. These are very thin steaks, so it won't take long for that marinade at all. All right, so these are cooking nicely. I need to check on my rice back here. I had to move my rice to a smaller burner because it was still very high. The temperature was very high. I want to taste that. Very good. Very buttery. So now I'm going to put all my aromatics together. You don't think of aromatics when you're cooking in a skillet, but there are. Okay. All right. I've got garlic. Let's see if I got my mincer in here. My press. Let me see if I got my garlic press. All right, so I can smell this. I am going to go ahead and turn that off and just move all those vegetables into a bowl just because I don't want them to get overly cooked. And I just shut off that pan. I'll heat it back up when I'm ready to put the meat in there. Ooh, my onions were getting a little bit done. Look how beautiful those are. So I did have my garlic press. I've got my orange zest here. This is a Pampered Chef garlic press, so I really do like it. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. And then we're going to go two more. So I got about 4 cloves of garlic there. Put that in with those oranges. I love this because it does come with this little brush, you know, so you can clean it out. I like to scrape the sides. I mean, you can use a smaller knife, guys, but I like to scrape the sides and then push it through again, just to make sure we get all the goodie out of it. Use the back of your knife so that way you don't lose all your sharp and then your husband doesn't say, I just sharpened these. Alright, so it does have this brush. When I go to clean that, I will have way more understanding of that. I'm going to break this so that it's a little less awkward. And chop it there. And then I'm going to use this grater, and I am going to grate myself a little bit of ginger. I'm going to be fully honest, this is the first time I have cooked with fresh ginger. So I'm a little bit excited. Oh my gosh, that just, the smell of that. Oh, I wish, oh here, can y'all smell that? Those aromatics between the garlic and the orange and the ginger, that is just beautiful. We're going to be needing that here in just a little bit. That's going to be like the very last little whew, that's going to push everything over the edge. All right, you guys, so it's been probably 10-15 minutes since I put that, put the meat to marinade. Again, it's very thin steaks, so it's not going to take long at all. Now, before I take it out of there, I am going to work that meat very good. And then, ooh, I wish y'all could smell that. We're just going to take the meat out, put that in our hot skillet. I'm not going to use this marinade in there because I do want it to, I want the meat to cook. It's got plenty of the marinade in it. You can do this with a spoon if you're scared you're going to burn yourself. But I am just spreading it out. Let's get a good sear on one side of that. This is one of those meals that's going to be super quick and easy for a weeknight or like we're doing it for lunch. It does not take much to throw this together. All right, you guys, we got you up here up close and personal because I do want you guys to see this. It does not take long. Of course, like I said, my meat was half cooked when I put it in here, but it doesn't take long for this steak to cook because I'm trying to get the sear on the other side. Because it's so thin and I don't want it to cook too long because I do not want it to be jerky, right? I want it to be tender, and the longer you let it marinate, the more tender it's going to be and more infused those flavors will be. But I'm going to check one of those. Oh, look at the tenderness on that. Yes, it is hot, but just that, just the meat is amazing. So now that this is cooked very, tender and lovely, and this stuff does not take long because it's so thin. Now I'm going to add my vegetables to it. And then here is where we are going to add a little bit of cornstarch because we do want to make it, whoop, I forget how crazy cornstarch can get. We do want it to get a little thick. You want that thicker flavor. You don't want just watery beef on top of your rice. So we want to cook it in. Let it cook. And while that's cooking, we're going to go ahead and add some more of this orange pepper because I'm really excited about it. And we are going to add these aromatics because I feel like that's what's going to bring it all together. And I would add sesame seeds to that, but Rusty is not a fan of sesame seeds. So we're going to leave those out. All right, so that should start cooking up nicely. It's starting to get thick. Ooh, Ooh, you can smell those aromatics. And then I do want to deglaze this, so just going to deglaze that with a little bit of water. Want to get down to the bottom of your pan. You want to deglaze that. Our puppy wants in. We want to deglaze that. See how it's starting to get thicker. Now I want to see what my flavor palette is here. What do my flavor combinations say to me right now? Woo! That orange flavor is kicking. It is a little salty. But I think the rice is really going to offset that. I do want Rusty to taste this without the rice. I don't know, it may have too much ginger in it. Very savory. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Is it too much ginger?
Probably a little much, but I mean, it's really good.
Should I add like honey to it or something?
Mm-mm.
Leave it right there. You guys, so I told y'all we were going to create. Look how beautiful and thick this is now. And the orange flavors, oh my goodness, between the fresh orange, look at that. Between the fresh orange and the fresh ginger, it's beautiful. Let's plate. All right, just in case you're wondering, yes, we are still using autumn plates here. We're going to go with a good helping. I'm using this little scoop to kind of control it a little better. Do you want this right on top, babe?
Sure.
All right, so let's just go with this right on top of that.
Hey, don't do that. Here we go. Get dug in there so we get a little bit of everything. It smells amazing.
It's hot, hot, hot.
Oh.
Gotta get all the flavors hot. So we need honest opinion here. Ooh, I can smell that orange.
Without the rice, you can really taste that ginger.
Yeah.
But the rice kind of takes away from that a little bit.
Okay.
That orange flavor is really popping through. That is really good.
I think it's between, I mean, we used every ounce of orange that we could.
Mm-hmm.
So with using the zest as an aromatic and the juice as a marinade, and then this amazing orange pepper that we found, that I was so excited. I think we just really brought the orange flavor.
Yes.
I'm thinking next time maybe doing like an orange honey something. Maybe I could do an orange honey like chicken or something.
Oh, yeah.
That would be good.
Orange
wings.
honey wings.
That would be so good.
With a little bit of heat to it.
Yeah, so I'm going to try this now. I have not, I've just tasted as I've cooked. Oops, hold on. I got too much stuff way back on my plate. I want to get the peppers and the rice. I love rice, so you poison me on rice. All right. I think that's pretty good. A little on the salty side.
But the ginger, that it kind of muted with once you got the rice with it.
It's very orangey, and
yes,
I like that.
I like that.
I was really hoping for that. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you guys like our videos. If you do, please hit the like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
Yep, share with your friends.
Leave us some comments, you guys, and let us know what you think of Rachel's orange beef with rice. Yeah. But most of all, don't forget to smash that bell and get notified of the next new video when it comes out.
Yep, until next time, you guys. God bless.
See ya.